The Lord will let you know which way you should go, but it's up to us to be in obedience, to actually hear what He's trying to communicate to us and to be in obedience. And sometimes that is easier said than done, but when your heart is pure and you want the changes that the Lord has for you, that is the most important thing. And so that is what I'm using to help me drive the point home to myself when things aren't so easy to let go of, when bad habits or old habits try to bubble back up. It's up to me. And if you're going through this, it's up to you to get those habits in check. Because if you allow the habits to continue on, then you're not changing. Or if you have been working on them and then you start backsliding, or you allow those bad habits to come back, which would be backsliding, then you are changing. You're just going in the wrong direction. And that's something that I'm dealing with within myself, is I don't want to backslide. And though I may be used to certain things and doing things a certain way and all of that, that is nowhere near as important as how much I want the change that God has for me in my life, for my life. I've noticed with me, it gets a little tricky when it starts involving other people, like people from my past, people that knew me in a different light, that knew the old me. Because oftentimes, like, people expect you to be who you always have been or who you were. And so even if you run into someone from your past or whatever it may be, and they fully respect the changes that you are making in your life, even if they honor the changes that you are making in your life, if you're still working on certain bad habits and the old you used to indulge in those bad habits around those people, it can try to drum those habits back up in your life. And it's a test, like it's a continual test of will. And it's up to us to stay the course. And if we find ourselves enabling the bad habits or starting to enable the bad habits, it's up to us to get it back in check. That's part of being obedient. That's part of those positive changes. And even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's not the easiest for you to let go of or to do, you have a choice. Do you want to backslide? Do you want more of the old? Do you want to slowly but surely let go of this new you that you're embodying? Or are you going to stand your ground for who you are currently and who you are striving to be in the future? One of the things that has been difficult, though, for me, according to dealing with people that have known me for many years, decades even, is that sometimes it's hard to see someone that you care about making a lot of changes in their personality and their ways and stuff like that, because you start to realize, like, okay, I don't know this new version of them. And what I just pray to God about is that I hope that people from my past don't take my changing like personally, and they don't feel like it's something with them, because it's a personal journey for myself. And what I'm struggling with, what I am embracing, what I am challenging myself with, it's my own personal journey. They may be able to experience it, bits and pieces of it, but it's nothing personal against them as individuals. Like, I understand that God has us all on our own journey, and we are on our own different paths with the Lord. And what the Lord may be focusing on with me may not be what the Lord is focusing on with the next person, and vice versa. And one of the things that the Lord is working on with me is, which was kind of hard for me to grasp, because it's helping other people. And of course, the Lord wants me to help other people. However, the way I was doing it when I was living in the world and didn't know any better, I would, just really help people, and I didn't have boundaries with it, or I didn't have healthy boundaries with it. And the Lord is teaching me how to have boundaries within everything, really. But right now I'm talking about helping others. And I find myself kind of naturally slipping into the old habit of the way that I used to handle things. And then I catch myself. The Lord convicts me, and then I catch myself. And yeah, like, so I have to learn how to maneuver through that. And it's a process. Not everything can be changed just overnight like that. Or maybe some things can be changed overnight like that. But for some reason, this situation is stubborn for me. And so it's something that I have to diligently work at. And yeah, so I apologize to those that are looking for me to be the old me, when helping them out and being that ear that will listen and help them figure out certain things. Because right now, in the part of the journey that I'm on, God has me focusing on me and how to do that for myself. And He's also taught me that sometimes He doesn't want people to help other people in certain situations, because there's a lesson in it for that person that's going through it. It's how they're going to grow. when they get the lesson that the Lord is trying to teach them or get them to see. And so I don't want to be a hindrance to another person's growth. And I don't want to be a hindrance to myself and my own growth because I can't let go of a bad habit, or because I know that this is what someone expects of me or something like that. Like, there's no growth in that for anybody. And yeah, like, I just want others to know, and I want to be able to accept that I'm doing what's right for me. I'm being obedient in what the Lord is showing me and telling me that I should do. And I'm praying for myself to stay strong and to stay diligent and to catch myself when it even remotely seems like I might be thinking about backsliding, so I can course correct. And I'm praying for those that I have been there for in the past in the ways that I used to be there for them. And I'm praying that the Lord will give them the strength to be able to handle those personal situations with themselves and with the Lord, because that's where all of my help was coming from anyway. It's the Holy Spirit working through me. And when you start building your personal relationship with the Lord, there is nothing like you taking on a situation with the Lord, letting the Holy Spirit guide you through situations. There's nothing like it. You can get help from people, and you may think that, like, oh wow, that was it. But it's like, if you would have took that same situation to the Lord and placed it at His feet and asked for His guidance, it would have been, and it will be, flawless. You just have to do your part in obedience. At this point, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I just want to reiterate, the Lord will show you which way you should go. It is up to us to be in obedience and to actually be open to hearing what He's trying to communicate to us. Old habits may want to die hard, but that is up to you to get that in line and get that in check in your life, so that you don't backslide, so that you don't settle, so you don't just continue to do more of the same thing that did not work for you, that you weren't happy with, that the Lord is trying to guide you away from. And once again, it is easier said than done sometimes, but that doesn't mean that you don't have the strength to do it. And you'll be a lot better off once you make the choice and put in the actions towards it. Whatever it may be in your life and in your situation. These types of actions will strengthen you more and more over time. And I feel like I basically said everything that needed to be said. I wish everyone well. And yeah, I'm going to take everything that concerns me and concerns those that I care about to the Lord and ask for His help and His guidance, in not only my life, but in the people's lives that I care about. while doing my best to live in obedience and letting that be that.